Welcome to Live Daf, your online Daf Yomi Shir.
Shalom Aleichem. Welcome back to today's Daf Yomi, which is Maseches CHAGGIGA Daf Yud Beis. We are holding 8 lines from the top of the Amud. Says the Gemara, Rabbi Yehuda Amarav, Adam Rishon, Misoif Ha'ilam, Va'ad Soif Ha'ya. Adam Rishon, when first created, extended from one side of the world all the way to the other. He was that tall. Shenemar Lemin Hayim Ashabar Lekim Adam al Aretz, referring to the creation of Adam Rishon. So he extended from Ulmiktzei Hashemayim Va'atzei Hashemayim, from one edge of the sky all the way to the other side. Kivan Shesorach, once he partook in the Eitz Hadas, he strayed. Hashem placed his hand on Adam Rishon and diminished his size, brought him back down to normal human size. Initially he was a miraculous being, extending from one side of the world to the other. Then he came back down and conformed to human size. Shenemar v'atoshes alai kapecha, Hashem, you placed your hand on me. And he shrunk to regular size. If that's the case, here we learn that he was from one side of the world to the other. And yesterday we had a pasuk which indicated that he extended down from earth all the way up to Shemayim, a different shir. We seem to have a contradiction between both psukim. Answers the Gemara, it's one and the same. Both measures are the same distance from one side of the world to the other as from heaven to earth. V'amar Rabbi Yehuda Marav, Asara Devarim, the following 10 things, Nivru, B'yom Rishon, were created on the very first day of creation. V'eluhen, these are the 10 things. Shemayim, V'aretz, Toyu, V'vayu, which we will explain soon, Oyer, light, V'choshech, darkness, Ruach, wind, Umayim, water, Midas Yom, Umidas Lail. Rashi explains, it means Chav Dalet She'ois Ben Shneim. The night-day unit consists of 24 sections, 24 hours. That concept, that measure, was there from day one. It's interesting to note that some have suggested that, the whole concept of evolution, that how everything evolved, and doesn't it take so long for it to happen, and etc., etc. Of course, it's not a kasha because Hashem could do anything. He can create things which appear to have taken so long. He can do it in a split second. He can accelerate the process. But some have suggested perhaps during Sheshis Yemei Bereshis, those days were really longer than 24 hours. Because the Torah just says, Vayerev vayivoker yom echad. Vayerev vayivoker yom sheni. Perhaps that yom echad, that yom sheni, stretched for 1,000,000 years in our terms. And therefore, perhaps some things could be explained scientifically, how it just took step by step till it sort of formed and developed into what we have today. But this Gemara here contradicts that entirely. Midas Yom, Midas Laila, says Rashi. The fact that a day consists of 24 hours, that was there from day one. It wasn't something introduced into the Bria after Sheshis Yemei Bereshis. Even those 7 Yemei Bereshis, 7 days of creation, consisted of ordinary days with the same shear, same length as our days today. So pretty much debunked that theory. Okay, so we have these 10 things created on day one. Let's go down the list and find the sources for all of them. Shemayim v'aretz t'chsiv Bereshis b'Elokim, as Shemayim is Aretz. Heaven and earth were created on day one. Toyev v'avoyu. What about those? D'chsiv v'aretz hoysa toyev v'avoyu. On day one, we already had that. Oyer v'choshech. How do you know light and dark? Choshech, darkness, d'chsiv v'choshech al pnei Shemayim. There was darkness over there on the first day. Oyer, light, d'chsiv v'ayer Elokim yihi oyer. What about ruach u'mayim? D'chsiv ruach Elokim merachefes al pnei hamayim. So we see there was ruach and mayim on day one. And finally, Midas Yom, Midas Laila. How do we know? Hashem created this entity, this night, day unit, consisting of 24 hours, as Rashi says, which is the Yom Echad. So what is the Toyu Vavoy? Tana we learned in the Bryce. Now throughout this upcoming daf, Maharsha points this out, many others point this out, that the words don't have much meaning to the simple learner. There is a lot of obscure phrases and terms that are representative of deep esoteric concepts, Kabbalah concepts, but we'll just go through it on a superficial basis. We'll start with the Toyu Vavoy. Tana, what is the Toyu? Kav Yarak. It's a greenish line, greenish circle, surrounding the world, which produces the concept of darkness. It appears in the Gemara that we're not speaking about the plain, simple, elementary darkness, which is merely an absence of light. There's a bria called choshech, some sort of positive entity, perhaps related to the dark spots, the black holes. In any case, the choshech emanates from the kav yorek. Shenamar yoshes choshech sistroi svivoisav. So we see that choshech surrounds the world, coming from the toyu concept. What is voihu? What is that? Elo avonim hamufulamis. These moist stones, hamashakos b'ta'im, embedded in the depths of the world and the ta'im, which produce water. Shemahim yetzim mayim. Shenamar v'nota ola kav toyu. So toyu corresponds to this kav, this circle. And v'avnei voyu represents these avanim. So we have the sources for all these concepts, and now we're going to start asking kashas. You mean to say light was created on that first day? The pasuk says only on day 4. Hashem positioned the illuminators on what day? On the 4th day. Not on day 1. Answers the Gemara. There are 2 different types of light. The light that Hashem created on day 1 was a spiritual light, which Adam Rishon used to gaze with it throughout the entire world. Adam seifa boy mi seifa olam bat seifa. So Adam Rishon, or perhaps it just means that any person can use it, but perhaps Adam Rishon actually did use it, and one can use it to see everything. We're not speaking about a Gashmias light. Maharsha says we're speaking about a spiritual type of vision. You can see everything. Everything through and through, like an X-ray vision. Well, actually, the person do say Adam Rishon did have it, and he had it until Motzei Shabbos. Yeah, so he did have it. But then Hashem saw that. Look what's coming up. Hashem foresaw all the Rishoyim. And he noticed that their ways are mekulkal, perverted, and they're going to misuse the earth. They're not deserving of this illumination. Amad v'gonzo mehem, Hashem took it away and hid it. Shenemar v'yimnam b'rishoyim oiram, he removed the oir from the Rishoyim. Ul'b'ni gonzo. So who's he saving it for? La tzadikim, la sadlovai tzadikim will enjoy this. Ziv hashchina, shenemar vayara l'kimas oir ki toiv. Hashem took the oir and he designated and he reserved it for the toiv. Who's the toiv? And toiv el tzadik, referring to a tzadik. Shenemar imru tzadik ki toiv. So we see a tzadik is toiv and he deserves the oir. Now, kivin shera oir. Once the oir itself realized, the light realized what was being done, he was being put aside for the tzaddikim, he was ecstatic. Kivin shera oir sheganzel tzaddikim samach. He was so happy. Shenema oir tzaddikim yismach. The oir designated for tzaddikim was joyous. The Mesil Shasham writes, we see from this Gemara that when a tzaddik partakes in this world, when a bria is supporting, is serving Adam Kaddish, a tzaddik, he rejoices. It's a schus, a privilege for the Gashmis, because it's an ilu, he says, it's a tikkun, it's an elevation, it's an upgrading of the Gashmis. The Gashmis gets sanctified by serving a tzaddik. Ur tzaddikim was happy. Look, I'm going to serve a tzaddik. So that answers the kash. We have 2 types of ur. A spiritual light and a more physical light. The physical light was activated on day 4, but the spiritual light was there from day 1. Ketanoi is really dependent on Machlekes Tanaim. According to the first Shita, that first day light, Adam Tzeifa Mavit by Miseifa Elam Bat Tzeifa, one can use it to gaze through the entire world. No, that was the same light created by those illuminators, sun and the moon and the stars. It's one and the same light. It was created on day 1, but it was only activated on day 4. The world contains 10 elements, was created via these 10 expressions of Hashem's godliness. The Maharsha says it corresponds to the Eser Sphiros that the Mukabbalim speak about, the 10 aspects of Hashem's revelation, Chachma, Bina, Vadat, that serve to create the world. Of course, these things are beyond us, but just the actual words here. But Chachma, Betvuna, Bedas, Rashi says Chachma means wisdom, Tvuna is deeper understanding, and Das is internalizing, absorbing that knowledge, making it personal. So these various expressions of Hashem's godliness were used to create the world. B'koyach with power, b'g'ara, with a skull, hayel, b'gvura with courage, b'tzedek, righteousness, b'mishpat, justice, b'chesed, b'rachman. So 10 aspects of creation. How do we know these things? B'chachma, b'tvuna, these two, because it says d'chsiv Hashem b'chachma yasad aretz koinen shemayim b'tvuna. Here we have chachma and tvuna used to create the world. What about the third item? B'das d'chsiv b'datoi tohimas nivku. What about b'koyach and ugvura? D'chsiv we have a pasuk meichan herem b'koyches. You have koyach nazar b'gvura. What about b'ga'ara? D'chsiv amudei shemayim yiroifefu. The pillars of shemayim were sort of wobbly. Vayismuhu migarosa, and they became firm by Hashem giving them a yell. What about b'tzedek u'mishpat? D'chsiv tzedek u'mishpat mechayin kis'acha. So these are the bases of your kisei, of your world. What about the last two? B'chesed b'rachmim d'chsiv zechor rachamecha Hashem b'chasadecha ki me'elam heim. Hashem, recall your rachmanos and your chesed, which were there at the outset of creation. They form the basis and the purpose of this world. Expression of your rachmanos and your chesed. So carry it out, apply it to us as well. When Hashem first created the world, Hashem's power, Hashem's revelation is unlimited. When Hashem creates something, it just keeps on going. It would just get broader and broader, non-stop, just spread and spread. Like those two rolls of shesi, two balls of shesi string, the horizontal strings of the loom. So you throw in the ball, and it just keeps on rolling, and broader and broader, and unrolls and unrolls. So that's how the world was just spreading and spreading, and just non-stop. Ad shegar b'Hakadosh Baruch Hu, Hashem applied a ge'ara, some sort of skull, some sort of yell, ve'midoi, and it stopped in its tracks. Shenemar amudei shemayim yiroifefu, vayismuhu migarose. The ge'ara set the world in its place. V'hainu damer Rish Lakish, as Rish Lakish explains. Ma'idach siv ani kel shakai. Hashem refers to himself as Shakai. What does that represent? Anihu, I am. Shakai is Shaddai. That's it, enough. A limit. I set a limit to the world. Shamati lo'elam, dai. So I established a limit. I said, up till here, and that's it. Furthermore, when it comes to water as well, it was just unlimited. Hashem created these seas. Would just spread and spread, unlimited. Hashem turned to it and gave it a rebuke, and drew it up, meaning it stopped in its tracks and stayed where it is. Okay, so we spoke about the 10 things that were created on day 1. We spoke about the 10 aspects of Brias Ha'olam, the 10 spheres, the Maharsha says, which brought about creation of this world. We learned in the Bryce. So we have heaven and earth. Which one came first? We have Machlekes. First, the Shemayim was created. That's the purpose. That's the goal. That's the end goal. We're supposed to go up to Shemayim, so spiritualize ourselves. That came first. First, you create the Tachlis, and then the lowly earth, where we reside temporarily, where we create our future, where we strive to climb up to Shemayim and spiritualize ourselves. So according to Beis Shammai, the Aretz is just serving as a means, as an imtzai, to get to the madrega of Shamayim, which represents spirituality. So earthliness, Gashmias, was created second, because Shamayim is first rate, and Aretz is second rate. Shanemar, Pasuk says, Bereshis bara Elokim esa Shamayim, that was first. Shamayim represents godliness and spirituality, and then comes the Aretz, V'esa Aretz, which is second in line. The other way around. Sure, the point is to become godly and spiritual, but what do you do it down here? There's a verse from the Kotzker Rebbe. Pasuk says, Hashemayim, Shemayim Lashem. Shemayim is for Hashem. We don't reside in Shemayim, that's for Hashem, for the Malachim. The Aretz Nasan, Hashem gave the Aretz, living in Adam to us human beings. So he used to say, Shemayim was given to us is for Hashem, but Aretz He gave to us to turn it into Shemayim, to elevate it, to upgrade it, to be Mekadosh it. Say Beis Hillel, sure, a Tachlis is Shemayim, but how do you get there? We're not a Malach. We're here to take the Aretz and turn it into Shemayim. So this is the Tachlis. This is the goal. To make for Hashem a dira b'tachtonim down here in this world. Therefore it says Beis Hillel, first the Eretz was created, and then the Shemayim. Shenamar, we have a pasuk with that too. That's number one. V'Shamayim comes second. Amar Beis Hillel Beis Shammai. Beis Hillel turned to Beis Shammai, who said that Shemayim came first. The Derechem, according to you, how does this make sense? Shemayim came first. When you build a house, second floor comes before the first floor. Adam boine aliyah, does the person then build a second floor, and then the home? How can that be? And we know that Shemayim is considered like a second floor. Shenamar haboine b'Shemayim aloisav, v'gadoisay al eretz yisodas. And aloisav, the upper floor, is synonymous with Shemayim. How can that come before the Eretz, which is the foundation? Amalam Beis Shammai. So Beis Shammai in turn turned to Beis Hillel. Beis Hillel, according to you, how does that make sense? Eretz first. Adam b'oisa shrafraf. Does the person then first make the footrest, and then only then the chair? How does he know what size to make the footrest? First he makes the chair, and in proportion to the chair he has a footrest. And the Eretz is considered like a footrest. Shenemar koyamar Hashem, Hashemayim kisi, Shemayim is my seat. V'Eretz hadoim ragli. The Eretz is a footrest, so to speak. So first comes the Shemayim, then comes the Eretz. They have a third shita. Shemayim and Eretz were created simultaneously. The spiritual aspect of Shemayim, the earthly aspect of Eretz, they work hand in hand, they overlap, they're wrapped in each other, they're interdependent, it's one simultaneous creation. Av yadi yasta Eretz, v'yimini tipcha Shemayim. So the yad is the left hand, the yamin is the right hand, the Eretz and Shemayim at the same time. So we see Yachtav is how the pasuk describes the creation of Shemayim v'Eretz, both at the same time. V'idach ma Yachtav. What did the other shitas do with Yachtav, which sounds like it happened at the same time? It was not sequential. Hashem miraculously arranged that the Shemayim and Eretz, even though they're vastly different and competing, and they're the opposites, but they somehow live together. They're compatible. They don't separate from each other. They complement each other. They support each other because they're both heading to the same point. A tachlis, a person should achieve the shleimus hamiti, the tachlis of kedusha, after having worked through the nisyanis in this world. Then, only then, achieve the spirituality embedded in Shemayim. So really, they're both part of the same program, and they work in unison. In any case, both Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel had a raya from a pasuk. So the pasukim really are contradicting each other. Kashu kroi adadi. Which one came first? Shemayim or Eretz? Omer Rish Lakish, I'll make a compromise. Kishenivru, when Hashem initially created them, bara Shemayim. First He created the heaven, which is the tachlis, which is the final destination. And then afterwards the Eretz. But when He actually established and He revealed it, and He presented it, it was the other way around. Not Eretz. When He presented them, first was the Eretz. Because you go up step by step. First you go to the earth, and through the earth you rise to Shemaim. So the ideal is the Shemaim. Hashem first creates the Shemaim. That's the end goal. But to get to the Shemaim, you have to first travel through the earth. So you presented the earth first, and then the Shemaim in that order. My Shemaim. What does the word Shemaim stand for? Amar Rabbi Yossi bar Chanina. Shesham Maim. That's where Maim is located, because there's Maim, right, Lamala Minarki as well. Masni Satana. In the Brisa we learned, Shah Maim. Shah is like H, backwards. Shin Aleph, and then comes Maim. Eish Umayim. Shemaim is describing that combination. Fire and water together. Malamed, we learn Shevina Kadosh Baruch Hashem took these two polar opposites, fire and water, v'terfen zebazeh, and he mixed them with each other, v'asmin rakia. He used it to form the rakia. Marsha says, Eish, fire, represents the strictness of Midas Hadin. Water represents the softness and gentleness and generosity of Midas HaChesed and Rach. Hashem took both Midas, two polar opposites, bound them together, and created the world. As the Gemara says, Hashem took both strictness and Chesed and created this new entity called Rachmim, which is that golden compromise between the two opposites. Sure, you have to earn what you deserve. You have to earn your living. You have to do your mitzvahs. Everything is measure for measure, but with softness, with patience. So that's the synthesis between the two midas. Din on the one side and Chesed on the other. And that's what Shemaim represents. Shemaim is how we perceive Hashem. That's what we see when we look up. This concept of synthesis between Din and Ra and Chesed, that Midas HaRachmim. That's the underpinning of this world. That's what we try to earn from Hashem. So Shemaim represents this concept. Shol Rabbi Shmuel Rabbi Kiva. Rabbi Shmuel asks Rabbi Kiva when they're walking on the road. Amrlei tells Rabbi Kiva, didn't you serve, didn't you Mishamish Nachem Ish Gamzu, the great tzaddik, Chaf Beis Shana, for 22 years? He was the one that used to expound on the word S found throughout the Torah, figuring out what the S represents. So let's start from the beginning. First S. Bereishis bara Elokim Es Hashemayim ve'es haaretz. Ma hayadorish ben. Tell me what he was. How would he learn those psukim? Amalei, he responded as follows: Ilu nemar Shemayim va'aretz. Had the pasuk said Bereishis bara Elokim Hashemayim va'aretz, you know what I would think? Hayisaimer Shemayim Shema Shel Kadosh Baruch Hu. Shemayim is just another name from Hashem. In the beginning, Hashem created Shemayim va'aretz. Bereishis bara Elokim Shemayim va'aretz. It's all titles of Hashem. Achshav shenemar es Hashemayim ve'es haaretz. But now that it says Bereishis bara Elokim created the Shemayim and the we're speaking about what He created. Shemayim is Shemayim Mamash, and Eretz is Eretz Mamash. But es haaretz lamali. Once it says Bereishis bara Elokim es Hashemayim, that dispels that notion. That's sort of it can't be referring to Hashem's name. Rather, it's an item that He created. So why say es haaretz? It would be enough to say Hashem created es hashemayim va'aretz, es haaretz lamali. The reason is lahakdim shemayim la'aretz, in order to teach us a sequence. There was shemayim and then the aretz. Because if not for the es haaretz, I would say, well, perhaps the shemayim va'aretz happened at the same time, and we know that at least according to Bisham and Hillel, it was a seder. Which one came first? Which one came second? The pasuk continues. Now, why is the pasuk starting to describe what happened on the aretz? Why not first relate to the details of Shemayim, which is mentioned first in the previous pasuk? Right? Es Shemayim es aretz. We go straight to the aretz. Michti. Let's analyze this. Shemayim ask b'reish. First item mentioned was the Shemayim. Ma'ishna de kachoshem masa aretz. So why does the pasuk start describing the aretz first? Tanad v'Rebbe Shmuel. It's a mashal. Mashal a melech basar adam. It's like a human king. She'amar la'avodav, he declares to his slaves, to his servants, tells them, look, Rabbi Yisai, tomorrow morning, everybody get up early. Hashkimu lepischi, come early to my entranceway. Come greet me early in the morning. So the king gets up early. Hishkim, who does he meet? Umotza noshim banoshim. He finds the women, who usually get up a bit later, not as zealous as the men. He finds everybody there, standing at attention, noshim va'anoshim. He's very impressed. Now, who is he impressed with more? L'mi mishabeach. Who does he praise more? The women. Why? L'mi she'ein darka lahashkim, the one that's not accustomed to getting up and running early. V'hishkim, and got up anyway. He's really impressed. Here as well, says Rashi, the earth is a slow-moving entity. Till it grows, till it produces. It's not as frenzied as the Shemaim, which is more versatile and mobile. So when the arts came to attention, so to speak, Hashem called out to the Shemaim earth, created them both. The arts came forth right away. Hashem was impressed with the arts and related right away to the arts and started describing its description. Tanya Rabbi Yossi Omer. We stand on this earth and we think this is it. But there's so much depth. There's so much inherent. Woe to the creations, to the world. People, they see, they look around, they think they see everything, but they're just looking at a superficial gaze. They don't see beyond. They don't really know what they're looking at. There's so much depth behind what they see. They stand on whatever they're standing on. They have no idea what's beyond it. Now, of course, these are Kabbalistic terms. Ha'aretz al-ma'imedes. What's the word standing on? What's supporting the aretz? Al-amudim, on these pillars. Shenema ha'margis, eretz m'koima. V'amudei palatzon. We see that there are amudim, pillars, upholding the world. What are the pillars standing on? Amudim, they're standing on the ma'im. Al-ma'im, shenema l'roika, eretz, al-ma'im. What is the ma'im standing on? Al-haram, on the mountains. Shenema, al-haram, yamdu ma'im. So we see that ma'im stand on the haram. What do the haram stand on? Beruach, they're supported by the winds. Shenemar, kihine, yoytze, haram, beruach. So we see the haram and the ruach are synonymous. What does the ruach depend on? This sa'ara, on this gust of storm. Shenemar, ruach, sa'ara, isa, devari. So we see that the ruach depends on the sa'ara and is directed by the sa'ara. What is the sa'ara dependent on? Tuluya bezroya shekalish baruch, it rests on the arms of Hashem. Shenemar, mitachas, beneath the world, is zroya is'elam, the arms of Hashem. Al Yud Beis Amudim Oimedes. There are actually 12 pillars supporting the world. Shenemar Yatzev Gvulos Amem Mispah Bnei Yisrael. Hashem established the boundaries of the nations. Hashem created the world and established the world. LeMispah Bnei Yisrael, based on the number of Yisrael, the 12 Shvatim, 12 pillars that support the world. Bish Oimrim Zayin Amudim, 7 pillars. Rasha says this represents the 7 days of creation. Shenemar Chatzva Mudeh Shiva. So you see there are 7 Amud. Al Amud Echad. It rests on one pillar only, V'tzadik Shemai, who's called Tzadik. Shenema V'tzadik, he said, Tzadik upholds the world. Okay, so we spoke about what the world rests on, the Aretz. What about what's going on in Shemai? Amar Yehuda, Shnei Rukim Heim. There are actually 2 skies, so to speak. A simple one that we see, and then there's the hidden aspect of sky. Shenemar hein Hashem lekecha hashamayim u'shmei hashamayim. Hashem has possession of everything, Shemayim and Shmei hashamayim. Apparently, there are 2 aspects of Shemayim. Rish Lakish Amar, I'll detail that hidden portion of Shemayim to you in more detail. Shiva, there are 7 aspects of the hidden Shemayim, 7 levels. Be'eluhein, here are the 7, starting from bottom and working your way up. Viloin, Rakia, Shchakim, Zvul, Ma'oin, Mochin, and finally the highest point is Arabis. That's where the Kisei HaKavod is. Explains the Gemara. What's going on? What are all these Rakim, what are all these Shemayim serve? Viloin, the lowest portion of Shemayim, the lowest layer, Eina Mishamish Klum, doesn't really serve much. Ella Nichnas Shachros V'yetze Arvis. It serves to protect the world from the sunlight. Perhaps it's referring to the atmosphere. It gets absorbed in the morning, it leaves the world, and allows the sun rays to emanate, and comes back out at night and blocks the light. And generates a new creation every day, a new day. Shanama, we find that Shemayim serves in this capacity. At least one aspect of Shemayim. Serves only to block the light, serves as a curtain. Hanoita kadoik Shemayim, vayim tachem ka'oil hasheves. So you see there's an aspect of Shemayim which is spread out like a curtain. The next level is Rakia. Shabai Chama, Ulevana, Koichav, Mazalas Kfun. That's where the heavenly celestial bodies are positioned. Sun, the moon, the stars, the Mazalas. Shanamar Vayitan Oisam Lakim Barakia Hashamayim. Hashem placed them up in the Rakia, layer number 2. Beyond that is the Shchakim, third Rakia, third Shamayim. That's where we have a spiritual millstone that are grinding, producing the man, the heavenly food for the tzaddikim, which they will enjoy l'asad lavai. Actually, there's a gersi here, l'asad lavai. Shenema vayitzav shchakim imal. Hashem instructed the shchakim to pour down man. V'dal se shemaim pasa, open up the gates of shemaim. Vayam terleim man le'echal. This is a pasuk in Tehillim, actually describing when they ate the man in the midbar. So it was a one-time miraculous event, right, for the years in the midbar, and that's sort of the sustenance for the tzaddikim, l'asad lavai as well. Okay, further up in Shemaim is the Zvul. What's going on there? Shabai Yerushalayim, Beis Hamikdash. Mizbeach Boni. That's where the heavenly, spiritual Yerushalayim, Beis Hamikdash is situated with a built Mizbeach. Umichal Hasar Gadol, Michal, the great Tsar, Oimad, the Makrib of Karban, serves Karban. Shenemar, Bonai, Banisi, Beis, Zvul, Loch, Machain, L'Shiftcha Elamim. So we see the Machain Elamim, the Beis Hamikdash, is situated in these Zvuls. Even after the physical Beis Hamikdash was removed from this world, the spiritual Beis Hamikdash, corresponding to that physical aspect, is still present and is active. So that's taking place in the Zvul. Umanol Dikri Shemayim. How do we know that Zvul is synonymous with Shemayim? It's another aspect of Shemayim. Dechsiv Habeit Mishemayim Rei Mizvul Kotchecha V'Seffartecha. So you see that Zvul is in the Shemayim. Apparently, it's one aspect of Shemayim. Further up in Shemayim is the Ma'in, the next level called Ma'in. What's happening there? Shabai Kites, Shamlachei Shores. That's where the groups of Malachim are situated and engaged in saying Shira. Sha'imres Shira. Balayla, they sing Shira at night. V'choshes b'yayim. By day they are silent in order to, out of respect, in order to allow Yisrael to daven and to sing to Hashem. They don't want to interfere. Shenemar, Yoimam Yitzav Hashem Chazdoi. So by day Hashem, you instruct the Malachim to keep quiet as a chesed to Yisrael, so that they can daven and arouse chesed from Hashem, which results from tefillah. So they remain silent. Ubalayla shira imay, at night the malachim sing imi, and it connects to the shira of the Yisrael sung by day. On this vein, on this pasuk of shira imay, says the Gemara, Amar Shlakish, Kol Oisek B'Torah Balayla, whoever is engaged in Torah at night, despite all the difficulties and challenges of learning at night. You know, the Rambam says the Ikar Torah is Kesser Torah is earned at night. Doesn't mean necessarily learning all night. It just means that Farshim say the most difficult moments at night. At night, sit down to learn. That's a tremendous chus, a tremendous Mesiras Nefesh, and as a result, Hashem is Moishech Olav Chutshel Chesed B'Yayim. Hashem generates a Chutshel Chesed, that He finds a favor in people's eyes. He's well liked. He's personal because of His Torah at night. Shenemar Yoimam Yitzav Hashem Chazdoi. By day, Hashem instructs. He brings about this likability on this person. Matam, why? What generated it? Matam Yoimam Yitzav Hashem Chazdoi. Why is it that Hashem is applying this chesed to the person? Mishum. The reason is Ubalayla Shira Ima. He was engaged in Shira at night. Marsha says Shira refers to learning Torah in difficulty during nighttime. Torah as a song, not just a plain intellectual engagement, a challenging experience, like a shira, where you rise up, you go back down, you rise up, you arouse the emotions, you inspire yourself, and you commit yourself to learning. V'yikad Amri, somewhat a different pshat. Amr Shlokish, Kol Ha'isek B'Torah B'Olam Hazeh. The pasuk is referring to a bigger picture of one who is learning Torah in this world. And the world is it's as dark as night, obscure, confusing, difficult, challenging, and a person commits himself to Torah even in this situation. He sticks to the daf, he sticks to the learning. HaKadosh Baruch Hu Moishech Olav Chutshel Chesed Olam Haba. Come Olam Haba, he'll reap the benefits. Hashem will apply a Chutshel Chesed, he'll earn his share in Olam Haba. Shudem Eliyayim, Olam Haba, of course, is compared to the light of day. It's clear, it's crystal clear. It's so beautiful and enjoyable. Why is he going to have the chesed Olam Haba? Why? Ubalayla shira imay, because he was engaged in shir with Hashem at night. Amar Levi kala poisek b'divrei Torah. If one is engaged in learning and he stops learning, v'oisek b'divrei sicha, to engage in idle chatter, machilum oisek gachli risamim, they feed him these most burning coals. Risamim is a type of wood that just burns very, really strong, really well. So these coals are really powerful coals. And that's the einish for this disruption from Torah. Those who cut away the koitef, they stop their learning to have a little chat. They're fed these coals. Okay, so we spoke about the Ma'in being the Malachim's territory where they sing to Hashem. But how do we know that Ma'in is an aspect of Shamayim? So you see, Ma'in and Shamayim are synonymous. The next level up there is Machar. That's where the storages of harmful snows, and harmful hail, the storms of the harmful dews, stormy, harmful rains, that's where the storms are stored. The cave of smoke. That's the same Eish with these doorways, fiery doorways, intended for einish to those who are over the Averis. Shenema yiftach Hashem l'chos etzera toiv. Hashem will open up for you the good storage rooms. Apparently there are storage rooms of negative elements that bring about storms and einish. Asks the Gemara, Hana b'rikia isnu. Do you mean to say that these storerooms of negative elements are up there in Shemayim near Hashem? Hani ba'ara isnu. Actually, they're down here on earth. The pasuk says, we say it every morning. Halus Hashem min haaretz. Taninim chotohimis. Eish ubarad jalag v'kita ras ara. I said the bar. It's down here. Amar Rabbi Yehuda Marav. Initially they were up there, but David HaMelech asked Hashem. David bikesh aleim rachm. He asked Hashem to bring it down. V'ridan la'aretz. You know why? This way it makes it less accessible, kaviyachol. So store it far away. Perhaps it will mitigate its power and minimize its effect. He tells Hashem, the pasuk says, Lo keil chafetz resha ata, lo yigur chara. And he meant to say like this: you're a tzaddik Hashem, you're not Rosh, tzaddik ata Hashem. Lo yagur b'mgur chara. Don't allow negative elements to reside next to you. Ship them away. Store them here on earth. Okay, so we know that all these Eitzris relate to the place called Machin. Mefarshim say Machin is a lashon of preparation, so it's prepared for Puranus. Rashi actually says it. Prepared for Puranus. Now, how do we know that Machin is synonymous with Shemaim? How do we know it's a layer on the Shemaim system? Manol Likri Shemaim, Dechsiv Ato Tishma Shemaim, Machin Shiftach. So you see Machin and Shemaim go together. Finally, the last and final layer, all the way up there, the seventh Shemayim, is called Aravis. Shaboy, that's where we have the Tzedek and Mishpat, B'tzedakah, Ginzei Chaim, the storeroom of life, Ginzei Shalom, the source of Shalom, Ginzei Bracha, that's where Bracha comes from, in the Shmasan Shal Tzadikim, the Shalom of Tzadikim, V'ruchais v'neshamis, Sha'asidois l'hibaris. Here, the future neshamis, the ones that are uncreated at this point, they reside up there. What else? V'tal Sha'asad HaKadosh Baruch Hu l'hachis b'meisim. That special dew that Hashem will use to be Mechayim Meisim. And actually, it was already used once in history during the Matan Torah, when Klal Yisrael expired due to the frightening experience. Hashem applied this tal to bring them back to life. So how do we know all these elements are present up there in Arabis? Let's go down the list. Tzedek and Mishpat, Chsiv, Tzedek and Mishpat are where? Mechayin Kis Acha, where your seed is, Kaviyachal Hashem, all the way up there in the Arabis, your Makim of the Kisi HaKavod. What about tzedakah? The chsiv ayilbash tzedakah kashiryan. Kashiryan is lashon of shari. It's tzedakah is next to Hashem. Ginzei chaim. How do we know about that? The chsiv ki imcha mekar chaim. Source of life is next to you, Hashem, with you, Hashem. The ginzei shalom. Shalom comes from there as well. The chsiv ayikra le Hashem shalom. So shalom is next to Hashem. The ginzei bracha. The chsiv he's a bracha from where me'es Hashem. Nishmas and shatzadikim. The chsiv. Avigayel told David HaMelech, "Voisa nefesh Adoni tzrura b'tzarachayim es Hashem alekecha." So we see that the nefesh of a tzaddik is stored by Hashem. What about the ruchos and the neshama shasidim liboros? The siv ki ruach melfana yativ and neshamas aneasisi. So the ruach and the neshama, different aspects of a person's neshama, are sourced in Hashem. The last thing is Vital Sha'asna Kadosh Baruch Hu Lachis B'Meisim. How do we know that's connected to the makom of Kisei HaKavod D'Chsiv Geshem Nedavos Tanaf Elikim Nachloschav Ne'ilah Tekenanto. That's the Geshem Nedavos of Tal. That's Machayim Meisim. And the pasuk previous to that pasuk says a lashon of near Hashem. So we see it resides near Hashem. What else is near Hashem? Sham, Ifanim, Usrafim, V'chayis HaKodesh, Melach HaSharas, all different types of malach. And finally, V'kisei HaKavod, Hashem's seat, so to speak, Melech, Kelchai, Ram V'nisa Shechna Alei. All that is Baravis. Shenemar, Soilu, praise, elevate, L'reicha Baravis, Hashem who rides on the Aravis, B'kosh Shemai. So we see Hashem's Kisei HaKavod is in that area. U'menol and Dikru Shemaim, how do we know that Aravis is an aspect of Shemaim? Asher Rechiva. By way of Gzeir Shava, using the word Rechiva. Ksiv Hach, over here it says, Soilu lo Reichev Baravis. So we see Reichev with Aravis. Ksiv Hasem elsewhere, Reichev Shemaim Bezrecha. So we see Reichev with Shemaim. So we see Shemaim and Aravis are synonymous. What else is going on there? V'choshech, darkness. V'anan v'arafel, cloudiness and haziness. Makif and Oisei, encompass, surround Hashem's Kisei HaKavod. Shenemar Yoshes Choshech Sisreis V'Voisav Shekosech Cheshas Mayim Avishchakim. We see Choshech and clouds surrounding Hashem. Asks the Gemara, Umi Yikach HaShoicha Kameshmaya? Is there then darkness by Hashem? Everything is clear and illuminated. V'Ksiv Hu Galei HaMikta. Hashem reveals the hiddens. Umistarta Yoda Ma V'Chashoicha. Hashem reveals all the hidden secrets. He knows exactly what's in darkness. Actually, there's just light by Hashem. Everything's revealed and beautiful. Like Kash, the answer is, depends where. In the inner chambers, whatever these things mean, that's where it's all illuminated. Nothing's hidden. There's no Hester upon in there. In the outer chambers, there is Hester. When Farshim say, Hashem doesn't reveal himself to us completely. There's always aspects of Hester, of hiddenness, that obscure Hashem's full revelation to us, and of course that's the source of the concept of Zelu Mazeh, the Yitzhahara, the Koyachatu. All that is sourced in the concept of Hester Panim, the Choshech and the Anan Merefel, which obscure Hashem's full-fledged revelation. Okay, a brief chazara of these obscure concepts that we learned today. We had Adam Rishon was created very tall and then came back down to size. We had the 10 concepts that would never be a Marishan. We have the 10 concepts which form the basis of this world, the 10 spheroids. We had a shaila of what's created first, heaven or earth, machlekes, three-way machlekes. We have the amudim that support the world. We have the 7 shamayim. And the Gemara gives us a detailed description of what's contained in each one of these levels. Hatzlacha to you and Tzuras Tevis.